My name is Kourys. I am the broker owner of New World Realty in North Attleboro. And today I have with me actually one of my old high school best friends. Her name is Amy St. Pierre. She owns Amy's Flower Shop in North Attleboro as well. Actually, not too far, right down the street from my office. When did you start Amy's Flower Shop?
I started working there in high school. It was like a high school job I did for like a couple hours after school. And then it kind of just progressed from there. I never really thought that I would own the place.
Yeah.
Ever after 10 years of working there, but it kind of just, I went from sweeping the floors, answering the phones, and then I kind of they showed me the ropes of being a designer, and then
And look at you now.
I took it over.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I know.
Well, this is one of the bouquets that you actually created for this right here, so you can see what a great job that she actually does. So when you first started doing this, like as a part-time job, I know you didn't expect to like own it, but did you just start to fall more in love with that like whole process of what you were doing?
Yeah, I never thought anything of flowers before I started working there. It kind of just fell into my lap. It was just like a quick thing that I finally got a job in high school.
Yeah.
But I never really thought anything of the craft or the trade or the artistry or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I kind of just fell in love with it after working there for so long and watching everybody design. And I didn't know anything about flowers. I didn't know names of flowers. I didn't know anything about flowers when I started working there. And then you kind of just learn as you go.
Yeah.
But I really started to like it, yeah.
So did you just get a lot of help with like training? Because I imagine like there's a certain special way you have to like cut them and like all that stuff. Because I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a really long process, and everybody does things differently. Like I've kind of found my own ways and found new products and everything to kind of do things on my own. But yeah, I definitely learned a lot by working with multiple different people because I worked with a couple different owners before I took it over, and everybody does things differently. But
how long do you think it took you to feel comfortable with like actually like creating like your own like bouquets and everything and selling them? Because I know for me with real estate, I really didn't become like super confident in myself, and probably to like maybe like 5, 6, 7, like year 5, 6, or 7 into it, which I know is a completely different business. But how long do you think it took for you to finally be like, I can do this on my own?
probably about the same. I did, like I said, I started working just sweeping the floors, and they kind of would school me on what the flowers were and everything, and I kind of learned from there. But I didn't really feel confident about my designing until probably 6, 7 years in. I worked for a couple different owners, and then the previous owners that I took the business over from really showed me the ropes and really got me into designing and everything. But yeah, it took a couple years for me to be confident, but
yeah, obviously.
I learned a lot. Yeah.
Well, you can tell because they seriously come out great. And
thank you.
You know, I get all my flowers from you. So you actually started delivering your own flowers, right?
Yep.
How long ago did you start that service?
That's always been a thing that the flower shops is. I think most flower shops deliver unless you specialize in like just weddings, events, stuff like that. But yeah, we have done delivering the whole time. Ever since I started at a flower shop, we've been delivering. But yeah, we do a lot of deliveries.
Yeah. So how far do you deliver to? Is there like a certain radius or anything like that?
Yeah, we usually try to stick to like a 15-mile radius or something. We're in North Attleboro, but we do like Plainville, Rentham, Foxborough up in that area. And then we go into Rhode Island. We do Cumberland. We do Lincoln. We do Pawtucket, places like that.
Okay. So if someone were to place an order with you, like say like first thing in the morning, because what time do you guys open up at?
9.
So if someone were to call you at like 9:30 and they wanted flowers right away, I mean, it obviously depends on how busy your schedule is that day, but are they usually able to get flowers that day, or does it take a couple days? How long is that process?
Yeah, we usually have a same day delivery if you call by a certain time. Like it depends on where you're trying to deliver to. Usually some of our long distance ones, I'll cut it off at like noontime.
Yeah, makes sense.
But usually the time like 1, 2 o'clock, if you still place it, we'll get it the same day if it's local.
Yeah, and you're like a full-on like family like run business. Like I've seen, I think like almost every single one of your family members.
Yeah,
in there.
they do. My brother, my sister, my mom, my dad. Oh yeah, everybody.
Yeah,
my
your
uncle,
husband, like
my husband, my uncle.
Seriously, I think I've seen them all there at one point in time.
You probably have, especially busy holidays.
So speaking of like busy holidays, I imagine you just had a very busy holiday with Valentine's Day.
Yep.
How did that go this year?
Very good.
Yeah.
We were very, very busy. Yeah, which is good. We take it. Usually the winter time kind of slows down. January is usually a bit of a slow month, but we really pick up at Valentine's Day, which is always nice.
And speaking of Valentine's Day as well, I heard that you were just on the news, aired right after the Super Bowl.
Yep. NBC 10.
How did you
I was on
get
Channel
that?
10. They called me that day and just wanted to interview flower shops. I think they interviewed somewhere in Pawtucket too. But yeah, I think they called around to a couple different flower shops. They just happened to find me. I don't know how.
That's amazing.
But
Well,
they
probably
did,
because you do a really good job.
Thank you.
And I mean, I'm not just saying this because like you're here in front of me and because like you're one of my friends. Like I'm actually saying it like I have family members and like and customers that have like been like, oh yeah, just go to Amy's flower shop and get your flowers from there. And I'm like, how do you know that? Like I know that because I think she's amazing and I've known her forever, but like you really have done such a good job with your business that it has such a great reputation. It's really taking off.
Thank you.
And I mean, like I said, if you can find the news, if the news can find you and you're on,
That's true.
on the news right after the Super Bowl, I can't think of a better day to be on the news.
Right. Yep. Right before a busy holiday.
Right. So good
Yep.
for you. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I've really tried to get my reputation. I took it over from people who were in business for a long time and they didn't have the best reputation. So I've really tried to
Yeah.
bring up the customer service and really amp up the flowers and how long they last and everything like that. So
Yeah. So speaking of that, like what are certain things that you can do to try to make like your flowers like live longer? Like if someone just buys flowers from you, what recommendations would you give them to like, okay, make sure this doesn't like die by tomorrow?
I hope my flowers won't die by the next day. They shouldn't. But we provide every bouquet with like a flower food packet that some people don't believe in, but it does really work. It has a good mix of things in there, kind of kills bacteria that maybe get in the leaves, that gets in the flowers and everything. We provide one with every bouquet. I do suggest people put that in the water, and then just keeping the water clean, I think really helps.
Yeah.
Change the water every couple days or so.
So you should change the water every couple
You
days.
should change the water every couple days. Yes, because it cuts down on all the bacteria, because all the leaves and everything just get bacteria and stuff in the water, which kills them faster.
Yeah, makes sense because I've never done that and like my flowers never live for that long. But that's why I don't have many plants in my home unless they're fake.
Yep. Well, that's good. Those are easy to keep alive.
Unless I buy I just get all of your flowers from my girlfriend, just like stack
Yep.
her entire apartment with them.
Awesome.
I have actually reached out to your company before to help me with staging a couple of my properties that were going on the market. And I have to tell you, it worked really well because not only do they look beautiful, they smell amazing too.
Yep.
So do you have certain packages that you can put together for other realtors or other real estate companies if they're trying to do the same thing?
Yeah, that's something we could definitely do. I've never really, besides you, I've actually never really had too many people. I might have had a couple people here and there that wanted a little something for the kitchen or something like that. I've had homeowners that are selling their homes reach out to me and just get a little bouquet for their kitchen island or something. But yeah, if realtors want to stop in, and I can do a little package that includes like one for a living room, kitchen, bathroom, or whatever you want to do.
Amy, why do you think it's a good idea if realtors use your services for, your flowers to help sell a home?
I think flowers really just brighten everything up. I think a lot of people, especially like customers we have a lot of people that come in just to buy flowers for their home because they think it makes it look pretty. They like looking at it. So I think staging a home with flowers is just going to visually appeal to a lot more people than just having like an empty space.
Yeah.
It really brings color. And people notice it and they go, oh, that looks nice. And then maybe they'll think that if they buy this house, then they'll have flowers in the house all the time, which I like.
Exactly. You're talking about more of the visual aspects of it.
Yeah.
One thing that I had mentioned before, like the smell, they smell so good. I have to tell you, the biggest deterrent for any type of home buyer, it's one of the biggest ones, when you walk into a home and it just does not have a pleasant smell to it, whether if it smells like cigarette smoke, if it smells like dogs or cats or any sort of animal, it's hard for anyone to visually see past it because that's all they're thinking about.
Right.
But your flower smells so good that I think that, it's a double sensory type of experience of where not only do they see how pretty it looks, but it gives them such a pleasant smell and a feeling of like spring and warmth and kind of like happiness too.
Definitely.
So we want people to feel happy in their homes while they're trying to
Absolutely.
buy.
Always. And flowers make people happy. It's a known fact.
What are things that your company specializes in?
We do a lot of different things. We do just everyday bouquets for birthdays or celebratory events or anything like that. A lot of people come in just because. But we also do things like funerals. I'm trying to get my wedding business a little bit bigger than it is. I don't have too much in weddings. I'm not that big yet, but I'm really trying to grow that aspect of it. We like weddings. We like everything.
Well, I know you've already done a couple of weddings too, because
Yep.
I've seen the pictures of them. They came out beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
So I think it's just more of an awareness that people just actually have to see what a great job you do in order to be top of mind when they have like a wedding or some sort of event like that. From a personal experience, I have like used you to like get flowers for my girlfriend, to even do the flowers for like my mom's funeral.
Yep.
So there's like, I've seen how talented you are with this. And I really just think you need that opportunity to really just like showcase yourself at more weddings, because you do such a good job. So Amy, thank you again for being here with me today. If people are trying to find you, where should they go?
We are located in North Attleboro. We're 869 East Washington Street. And then you can order all the time on our website. It's northbooms.com. And we have Facebook and Instagram too.
All right, awesome. Thank you again.
Very welcome.
Your flowers are amazing. I really
you.
think you're an amazing person too. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Awesome. Thanks.
Bye.